Good evening, Madam President and the Board of Supervisors. I would like to speak out against naming Rose Park on a public transportation facility with taxpayers pay for. The reason is because Rose Park acted as an agency of foreign repressive government to violate people's basic rights here in San Francisco. Here are some of the facts. In early October 2001, the then Board of Supervisors Chris Daly sponsored a resolution to support the human rights of Falun Gong practitioners whose peers were persecuted in China. I'd like to share with you some excerpts of a report published by San Francisco Examiner on October 11, 2001. The title is Mao Maoing the Falun Gong. It wrote, "The practitioners of Falun Gong, quote, as the new House Minority Whip Nancy Pelosi has often said, persecuted in mainland China, they have now become a local item, since Rose Park, in her persistent striving to become the Dragon Lady of Chinatown, denounced them before the Board of Supervisors Tuesday as anti-gay, anti-green, and anti-most everything that San Francisco holds dear," unquote. It's worth noting that Supervisor Tom Amiano and Supervisor Bevan Dufty all supported Supervisor Daly's human rights resolution for Falun Gong in 2006. The report went on saying Falun Gong, quote, a matter deplored by many politicians such as Nancy Pelosi, but ducked and put off to another vote by the Board of Supervisors Tuesday, who were evidently responding to intense pressure from the PRC consulate. The question is that Ms. Park's histrionic antics at City Hall has raised is what is going on here against Falun Gong, unquote. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Esteemed supervisors, my name is May. I will continue the reading. The report said, among the anti-Falun Gong demonstrators with Ms. Park's crowd at City Hall yesterday were two men charged by SFPD with beating up a Falun Gong practitioner doing his stuff in Portsmouth Square last year. The cops dropped the case. One might ask why, but it is now subject of civil litigation. John Downing, the attorney for the Falun Gong man beat upon by the anti-Falun Gong crowd in the square, said that the first place the men went for help after they were arrested was the Rose Park's Chinese Chamber of Commerce. Attorney Downing said, we see a pattern here, which we will pursue in court, of using people in San Francisco to go against the Falun Gong members who are only practicing their religion as guaranteed by the United States government. The SFPD report was extensive and clear that the Falun Gong guy was beaten up for doing his thing, yet the cops dropped the charges, unquote. While the report said, end quote, the San Francisco Human Rights Commission sent Chief of Police Fred Lau, a Rose Park political protege, a carefully worded letter asking the cops to be attuned to violation of the rights of members, and unquote. Attorney Downing said, quote, you wonder why in a city like San Francisco, it would be a problem to pass a resolution defending the rights of Falun Gong practitioners, unquote. The report went on to explain the reason. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Thank you, supervisors. My name is Flora. I'll go on with the reading. The report went on to explain the reason, quote, Rose Park is leading a delegation headed by Mayor Willie Brown to China after this month, and perhaps might wish to look like a gentle warrior to the powers that be there to cushion her arrival with gold feathers, end quote. End quote. But before China's issue becomes San Francisco's issue, she might lighten up the rhetoric and the political mau-mauing against the Falun Gong, or else go straight to the other side of the table and register herself as a lobbyist for the PRC. The report ended. Sure enough, Rose Park met with the then Chinese Communist Party leader Jiang Zemin when she led the delegation to China. in late October 2001, according to the pro-CCP newspaper report, which was shown to you at last week's meeting. Jiang Zemin personally thanks Rosepak for successfully blocking the Falun Gong human rights resolution. You may not know that Rosepak has another title as Overseas Executive Director with the China Overseas Exchange Association, which is a foreign affairs organization under the direction of the Chinese government State Council Overseas Chinese Affairs Office. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Dear Madam President and Board of Supervisors, my name is Cassie. COEA's leadership is composed entirely of Chinese Communist Party officials representing various foreign affairs and overseas propaganda agencies of the Chinese government. The president of COEA is also the vice chairman of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference National Committee. The executive vice president of COEA is the director of OCAO director, who is also a member of the Communist Party Central Committee. According to an article by Mars East on Foreign Policy Association, COEA poses as a non-governmental organization while acting in fact as an overseas propaganda agency of the Chinese government and the Chinese Communist Party. In her capacity as an overseas executive director with COEA, Rosepak rated the executive vice president of COEA in San Francisco in 2014. Rosepak had also been frequently flown to Beijing to attend various events led entirely by Chinese Communist Party officials. In the article, it writes, one might also think that they, referring to Rosepak and the like, regard San Francisco not as an American city, but as an overseas colony of the People's Republic of China, a quaint little Beijing by the Bay, with clean air, cable cars, and walk-away crab cocktails for the pleasure of corrupt Chinese Communist Party officials. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Good evening, dear supervisors. My name is Fan Wen. I'm a CPA. People like us came to America, came to San Francisco, not only because of the nice weather, clean air, better opportunities, and life quality, but also because of freedom and human right. These two factors are the important part of life quality. Without the experience living in a country like China, under the suppression of Chinese Communist Party, you may have no idea the consequences of turning the city of San Francisco into Beijing by the Bay. But I will tell you, the Chinese community here will certainly not appreciate the city of San Francisco turning into Beijing by the Bay. Just as no matter how many people want to do business with China, just ask, do they really want to live in Beijing or any city in China under the current social and political environment? Why there are so many people from China want to stay here? I urge you to think twice which side of history you want to take. Do not name Rosepak on the public transportation facility. We taxpayers pay for it. I would like to share with you a role model for elected officials that Chinese community here truly supports. The current president of Board of Equalization, Fiona Ma, was on the San Francisco Board of Supervisors during 2002 to 2006. Despite tremendous pressure and even personal attack, Fiona Ma decided to vote for her conscience to support Falun Gong human rights resolution in 2006. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Dear supervisors, good evening. My name is Janice. Fiona said at supervisors meeting, as colleagues know, in the last few days, more than $20,000 in newspaper ads have been taken out against me in Chinese media and the San Francisco Chronicle. If people continue to think that these attacks are effective ways to change the outcome here at the Board of Supervisors, they are mistaken. This issue is not a political convenient issue for me to take on. As the only Asia-Pacific American on the Board of Supervisors, there is a high expectation level, and many people in my community have urged me to change my decision. However, I took oath to defend Constitution of the United States and Constitution of the State of California, and I vote for this today. Fiona Ma said, "This resolution is simply about the value of this city, this state, and this country to protect the freedom we cherish that are recently under attack. And we are casting vote today on this amended resolution standing on those principles. This is the kind of elected official that the Chinese community truly supports, respects, and appreciates, and will remember for a long time. And this is the kind of legacy we want to leave for the next generations to come. Thank you."
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good evening, supervisors. My name is Ray Wang. I need to play a video after my speech. The resolution was passed 92 on January 30, 2006. Back then, Rose Park threatened that if Fiona Ma supported the resolution, her political life would be ended. Look at the reality today. There's no need for me to tell you who's on the right side of the history. Here is a video clip of Fiona Ma in 2007, after she was selected to the California State Assembly, and he talked about her afterthoughts of supporting the Falun Gong resolution despite all the pressure. Please see the video.
What this country was based on, the basic freedoms, the liberties that we enjoy, democracy, and I feel like if we do not protect the people here and the values that make this country great, then we are, we should not be living here in America. Not everybody is going to like me, but like I said, I sleep very well at night. I feel like I try my best to understand and stand up for people and do the right thing. So pressure is part of this business.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
很多媒体报道，白兰在中国广州做了换肾手术。
It's been widely reported that Rose Park went to China for a kidney transplant.
她去的医院是南方医科大学的南方医院。
The hospital she went was Southern Medical University in Guangzhou, referred as Southern Hospital.
其实它原来是一个军队医院，叫解放军第一军医大学，军队医院编号157。
It is originally a military hospital with the former name as People's Liberation Army First Military Medical University, with the code as 157 Hospital.
南方医院已经因为涉嫌参与活摘法轮功学员器官和良心犯的器官。
This Southern Hospital has been allegedly involved in organ harvesting of Falun Gong practitioners and prisoners of conscience by human rights organizations.
而被国际人权组织列为调查的100家军队医院中排名第7。
And is listed as the top 7 of 100 military hospitals in China, which are under investigation.
加拿大人权律师大卫·麦塔斯和前加拿大国会亚太司司长大卫·乔高
The Canadian human rights lawyer David Matas and the former Canadian Parliament
member David Kilgore 多年来致力于独立调查活摘法轮功学员器官的罪行，并得出肯定的结论。
Devoted years of independent investigation about the allegation of organ harvest of Falun Gong practitioners and concluded its existence.
在他们的报告中说，有些人怀疑活摘器官的存在，这提醒我们想起1943年。
In their report, they stated some of the skepticism about organ harvesting remind us of the statement of U.S. Supreme Court Justice Felix Frankfurt in 1943.
美国最高法院法官费利克斯·法兰克福得知纳粹大屠杀的消息后的反应。
Frankfurt, in reaction to being told by Jan Kasich about the Holocaust.
他说我不是说这个波兰年轻人在说谎。
Frankfurter said, quote, I did not say that this young man was lying.
我是说我无法相信他告诉我的话。
I said that I was unable to believe what he told me.
这两者是不同的。
There's a difference, unquote.
活摘器官确实很令人震惊，并且几乎令人难以相信。
The allegations here are so shocking that they are almost impossible to believe.
好，谢谢各位。
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good evening, Madam President and the Board of Supervisors. David Kilgore and David Mattas said, quote, the allegations, if true, would represent a grotesque form of evil, which, despite all the deprivations humanity has seen, would be new to this planet. This very horror makes us reel back in disbelief, but that disbelief does not mean that the allegations are untrue, unquote. This summer, both the U.S. Congress and the European Parliament passed a resolution condemning the organ harvesting crime in China after 10 years of investigation. As a board of supervisors with the record of carrying and standing up for the international human rights issue, I sincerely urge you to take this issue seriously on behalf of your constituent and yourself. Do not name Rose Park on a public transportation facility which taxpayers pay for. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
市议长和市议员们，你们好，我的名字叫丽丽。
Dear Madam President and Supervisors, my name is Lily.
我们今天很多人从公司请假来到这里，想告诉你们，对白兰你们也许还不知道的一面，因为我们认为一个人的道德和品格是至关重要的。
Many of us took time off to work today and came here again to tell you the side of Rose Park that you may not have known, but moral and integrity is very important as a person.
我们来这里告诉各位的是我们真实的经历，也是我们当地华人的个人经历。我们认为我们不仅有权利，也有资格告诉你们这些，因为我们是旧金山的居民，是中国城的居民，也和白兰一样是中国来的华人。我们在过去的17年里，在旧金山受到了很多不公正的待遇和欺辱，这种不公正今天仍然在继续。
We are here to share with you our genuine experience, which is personal, which is local, and which is factual. We believe we have a right to express it here and also have the qualification. We are the residents of San Francisco. Many of us live in Chinatown. We are Rose Park's fellow countrymen. We have been mistreated in the past 17 years in San Francisco, and it is still happening.
在过去这些年中，我们不断地来旧金山市议会、旧金山人权委员会申诉，但是不仅没得到关注，而且几乎毫无结果。我们知道这是因为白兰造成的，而白兰背后是中领馆。 中领馆背后是中共政权。
We came to City Hall and to Human Rights Commission numerous times to voice our griefs. We couldn't get any attention, let alone action. We know the reasons for that is Ms. Rose Pak, the Chinese consulate behind her, and Chinese Communist Party behind the consulate.
但是这不是一件小事。我们知道你们马上会讨论是否以白兰的名字命名中国城的地铁站。我们要在这里问各位一个问题：你们知道关于白兰的所有事情吗？你们觉得白兰是我们要树立起来，让后人敬仰的吗？它有值得你们如此表彰的品德和人格吗？这种命名在未来给中国城带来的到底是荣耀还是耻辱？希望各位能思考一下这个问题。谢谢。
However, this is not a light issue. We know that you will be discussing and possibly voting for a resolution regarding naming Chinatown subway station after Rose Pak. We want to raise a few questions here. Have you examined all the facts about her? Is she really the person that you want to establish for people to look up to? Does she have the moral and integrity to deserve that honor? And would that name highlight or shadow our Chinese community in the future? Thank you.
Thank you. And next speaker, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Zhao Xu.
在我们今天结束之前，我们希望能够告知你们一些你们非常需要知道的在中国的新的情况。
Before we end here, we want to share with some new development in China that is very worth noting.
对法轮功的破坏很快会停止。也许你们知道，也许不知道，法轮功的迫害是由中共前党魁和首位国家主席江泽民个人所发动的，也是他个人推动和维持的。江泽民和白兰认识，他请白兰帮助在旧金山迫害法轮功。江泽民在2001年为白兰在旧金山市议会阻挡声援法轮功权利的议案而向白兰表示个人的感谢，这就是白兰这些年不遗余力地在旧金山打压法轮功的原因。
The persecution of Falun Gong is gradually coming to a stop. As you may know or not, Jiang Zemin, the former head of Chinese Communist Party and head of state, is the sole person who started this persecution and only source that is maintaining it. Jiang Zemin knew Rose Pak personally, and he thanked her for stopping a San Francisco Board of Supervisors resolution to support human rights of Falun Gong in 2001. That is why Rose Pak has been attacking Falun Gong so vigorously here in San Francisco.
但是江泽民在过去10几年内逐渐失去他的势力，他是因为担心法轮功太大和妒忌法轮功创始人所得到的巨大声誉，而开始迫害法轮功。即使在中国，在中共高层内部，也有很多人认为这是一场荒唐的迫害。
However, Jiang Zemin has been losing his control over the years. Jiang Zemin started this persecution out of fear for the large number of Falun Gong practitioners and his jealousy of the reputation of the founder of Falun Gong. Many people in China, including other top leaders in China, didn't agree with him and see this persecution simply senseless.
中国现任国家主席习近平就可能是这样一个人，他并不像江泽民那样认同迫害，因此他不动声色地把执行迫害政策的江泽民的党羽绳之以法。2013年，习近平在全国范围内解散了中国的劳动教养制度，打掉了江泽民派系得以迫害法轮功的重要手段。
The current president of China, Xi Jinping, is such a person. He doesn't necessarily agree to this persecution, and he has been quietly purging Jiang Zemin's cohorts who runs Jiang's policy. In 2013, Xi Jinping completely disbanded all labor camps over China, thus eliminating the most important apparatus of the persecution, labor camp, a place that police can arbitrarily lock up people without going through any trial.
习近平当局还抓捕了江泽民设计的专门用于迫害法轮功的610办公室，以及其他很多迫害法轮功的各级官员。就像很多媒体和观察家所说的，对法轮功的迫害很快就会停止。
Xi Jinping also arrested the top leaders of the 610 office, which is the government agency created by Jiang Zemin solely responsible for directing the persecution campaign. Most of Jiang's cohorts are being purged and
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Supervisors, my name is Bo, and allow me to continue here. When that day comes, everything that Rosepak did will be exposed, and the Chinese government and the Chinese consulate may even reverse their standing. At that time, the world will look at one of the biggest modern time massacres that claimed the lives of millions of innocent people. Through tortures in labor camps or state-sponsored organ harvesting, the world will look at who tried to stop it and who tried to push for it. Just in the same way that how we look back at who did what during the Holocaust perpetrated by Nazi Germans in 1940s. At that time, how will the world see the role played by Rosepak today? And how will the world see the action that this board of supervisors took to honor her by ignoring what she did? Should you have any doubt over what we presented here, we are more than willing to sit down with you to answer any question you may have and provide you with any fact or evidence that you request. However, if you hear what we presented here and find no reason to doubt the truthfulness of it, then we believe you have enough information to make an informed and correct decision. Supervisors, please think it over carefully, listen to your conscience, and make a decision that you will feel proud rather regretful in the future. Thank you, supervisors.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good evening, dear supervisors. I'm here to talk about item 45, the name of Chinatown Station. Back in June, U.S. Congress passed a resolution condemning the crime against humanity of Chinese government, taking large number of Falun Gong practitioners and steal their organs and sell for profit. Now, for more than a decade of time, the Chinese government has been try hard to push this persecution against the Falun Gong outside the border of China. And Rosepak play a huge role in the city of San Francisco to help to extend this persecution into this city. Now, I'm not here to talk about Rosepak's personal political opinions about Falun Gong. I'm talking about the beatings, hate crimes taking place on the street of San Francisco. I'm talking about the hate incidents and discrimination events taking place in our local society because of the effort of Rosepak. So what Rosepak stood is totally against the value which the city of San Francisco stands for. I know you are not Congress. I know you are not State Department. China is far. It's on the other side of the Pacific Ocean. But here in this case, it's not the geographical distance that's important. It's important. It's the value of San Francisco. So I urge all of you to consider this upcoming item 45 discussion and make sure you stay on the right side of history. Thank you.
Thank you. And next speaker, please.
Hey, Peskin, don't you have any respect? These Falun Gong people are talking about you siding with Rosepak while you're yakking.
Sir, please address your remarks to the board as a whole.
At least Kim and Mar have the decency to sit there. I see, what's his name? Yi, getting up there laughing with David. You think it's funny? They're selling these poor people's body parts. I heard Michael Savage say on his radio show that the FBI arrested some people in New York over this, and you people, it's amazing. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Kim? Mar? Savage had, 400 radio stations taken away from him because he made some comment about Hillary Clinton. He's a medical doctor. He's earned his degree. And he made some comment about Hillary's medical condition. WABC in New York yanked him. These other 399 stations yanked him. KSFO has him back up. I don't know about the other stations, but he was on KSFO. But this is happening right in front of our eyes. We're becoming like Red China. That's what this place is becoming like. And you people ought to be ashamed of yourself. Kim, how can you respect Rose Pack?
Again, sir, can you address your comments? We won't say it again to the members as a whole and not to individual supervisors. Thank you.
Now, I have not seen the debate, with Governor Pence. But what's happening in our nation right now, I'll guarantee you, the moderator is ganging up on Governor Pence, They're doing the same thing to him as they did to Mr. Trump. It's 2 against 1, and he still won, and I'm sure Governor Pence is going to win because right is going to win, But it's not right. And I hope that these people, that Mr. Trump and Governor Pence take on these moderators and say, hey, you need to leave. You're not running for president. You're not running for vice president. I am. And they need to get out of here. I don't know what's going on with these debates and where this came in, where you have a moderator.
Next speaker, please.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
The city is going through major crossroads: homeless, education, police, housing, transportation, creating healthy communities, and we're going in the wrong direction. It just seems that we're lacking leadership at the mayor's office. We are lacking leadership. The best he could give us was no G, even Falun Gong here. These people came here just because they were kicked out of a parade, and look what it's turned into. You're creating a political movement here by not doing anything.